Welcome back to the world of Gaussian Splatting. In today's video, we're going to take an in-depth look at exactly how you can create these amazing Gaussian Splats from home on your PC in a step-by-step tutorial. That's right, no matter what kind of graphics card you have, whether it's a 3090 and above or a 1080 Ti like myself and below, you're going to be able to do these amazing things with SIBR Viewers or the NerfStudio Viewers as well, because I've got a little bit of a few tricks to show you how to do that. And yeah, that's exactly what I want to show you in today's video. Also, one quick disclaimer, I recorded this video actually 4 months ago. I was pretty busy in the meantime, had a lot of things going on, so I just now got a chance to edit it. So some of the information might be a little old, but no matter what, I thought this was going to be a good video to put out there for the information that it does have within it, to show any of you guys who are interested in how to get this running, especially if you have an older graphics card. Not only that, I do speak a little bit slow, so if you are, wanting to get things sped up, make sure you times it by 2 if you want to, feel it going faster. And yeah, that's pretty much it. If you want to do things faster without having to do it from home, without having to do all this complicated setup, you can download Polycam or Luma AI or something like that. Otherwise, check out this amazing, awesome tutorial, and you're going to find out how to do exactly everything you need to know from home. See you soon. I mean, right now. Hey guys, welcome back to another Reality Check Gaussian Splatting video. That's right, today... Hey guys, welcome back to another Reality Check Gaussian Splatting video. That's right, today we're going to be jumping into the actual tutorial of how to get started with 3D Gaussian Splatting on your PC so that you can do it at home with your own video files, your phone files, whatever you're going to be using to capture even your 360 camera if possible. Plus, because I am using an older graphics card, a 1080 Ti to be exact, I'm going to show you a method that you can use to get the SIBR viewers, the main 3D Gaussian viewers, to work on your computer. So this is going to be less of a YouTube-y quick edit video and more of a technical, longer, nerdy video. But hey, as I go ahead and scroll down here, you're going to see the first thing that you need to get started is Git, right? It is going to allow you to download GitHub files. So first we go over here to Git, and we can simply just click on this download for Windows. And once we get in here, we have the ability to choose what's best for us. In my case, it will be the 64-bit Git. And once I download that, I'm going to install it onto my computer. And anytime you see something that says install to path, always say yes when it comes to these files, right? And for the sake of time, I'm going to go through these dependencies pretty quickly. If you have any troubles installing any of them or getting them situated, there's a lot of information on the internet. Otherwise, feel free to send a message or a comment below, and I'll be happy to get back to you, or somebody else will be able to answer your question, I'm sure, very quickly. These things are pretty self-explanatory, but again, I don't expect everyone to have the fluency or the ability to understand all of these concepts immediately. They take time, okay? Next, you need to install a program that's going to run a virtual environment for you to run your software inside of. And for this, we're going to download Miniconda. You can download Anaconda if you prefer, but we don't need all of that. So if I click on Miniconda here, I'm able to open up this website, and you'll see, hey, Miniconda has right here on top, Windows, Miniconda 64-bit. All right, so I can click this link right here, and it's going to then, again, download that for me right there. All right, once Miniconda is installed and added to path, you can move on. Make sure you have CUDA Toolkit installed. If you're not sure if you have CUDA installed, you can go down into your search bar, type in CMD or command, and once you've got the command open, you're just going to be typing in nvcc space -- version, and then it will tell you right here, I do have it installed, so it tells me, hey, you've got the build 11.8 installed. Great. If you do not have it installed, you're going to want to go to NVIDIA's CUDA. The download website looks something like this, and you can go ahead and find exactly which version you're going to need for, what you're going to be using it for, and yeah, go ahead and install your Windows 11, Windows 10, whatever it's going to be. And now you need to make sure that you've got Visual Studio 2019 or newer. So click on this. Go ahead and click Download for Community, right? Community 2022. That works just fine. While you're downloading Visual Studio, you'll have the option to download and add the desktop development with C++. Make sure you check that and you install that with it. And once you do that, you'll be good to go. Okay, next we need to install Colmap. And what this is this is software that allows us to actually virtually put our cameras in 3D space so that we can create these virtual worlds, right? We have to somehow have the sequencing ability to put these things in different places, and Colmap is what's going to do that. So we go here, which is going to put us into this website right here. It says 3.8 is currently what's available. If I scroll right down here, I can do Windows with CUDA or Windows without CUDA. It's a zip, and what we're going to do is we're going to download that, just like so. Okay, so now I have Colmap downloaded. If I double click and jump into the folder, you can see it has a bin folder, a lib folder, and then the colmap.bat folder, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to jump back. I'm going to take this entire folder and drag and drop it into my user folder. To find that, you can go into your main C drive. Usually from there, it's going to be in your users, and from there you can find it. Mine is named CC. From there, like I said, I'm going to drag and drop the Colmap file into my user folder. Once it's in there, I'm going to double click the folder itself, and I'm going to click into the search bar, copy that, Control C, copy that, right? Then I'm going to go into my search bar down here, and I'm going to type in the word path. I want to add this to my path. So I'm going to go into this thing right here. After I typed in path, it's going to open up my environment variables. From here, I'm going to click on path, and then from here I click on edit. Inside here you can see that I've already added not just the main folder, but the bin and the lib folder, just to be safe. And if it's not already in there, you go over here to where it says new, and you just add the folder by Control V right there, and we can add that in there, hit OK. Like I said, mine's already added, so I don't need to add it. Once we're done with that, we hit OK. Alright, and now that our Colmap is added to path, next we have ImageMagik, which you don't actually need unless you're going to be resizing images. Regardless, let's go ahead and open it up. When we go into here, we're going to see, hey, look, ImageMagik is available. If I click up in the top right where there's the Windows binary release, it brings me down here to the exe, and I can just click that right there. That will allow me to download the program. Alright, once we download ImageMagik, we can double click it and it will start up. We can hit yes. It will say, hey, we're going to install and set this up. I accept. Where should we go? Create desktop, add, install FFMpeg. Right there, right? So this will actually help you install FFmpeg if you haven't already. So this was going through that procedure. If I say next, it's going to say great, install FFmpeg, it's going to create an application, and it's going to add it to the system path. So we don't have to add it to path, it will add it to path by itself. Great, excellent. Because I've already installed it, I'm not going to do so, but you can do it just like that and it will work great for you. If you do not use ImageMagik, because again, you don't have to have it, you can simply just download FFmpeg by itself by clicking here. If by chance you've ever had to recover an MP4 before, I've got a video showing that, and I talk about FFmpeg quite a bit. Once you download FFmpeg, you can take the entire folder and put it into your user folder and add that to your path as well. And once you've done that, your dependencies should be done. Again, for hardware, it says preferably a 390 or better. I've got a 1080 Ti, alright, and it works just fine. Okay, I've switched over to night mode because it's getting a little bit late here, and now that we have the dependencies all installed, the next thing we need to do is to clone the repository in order to install 3D Gaussian Splatting onto our PC. So you can either do it directly into your user folder, or again, you can specify a specific place. So I created this YouTube AI folder. Inside here in the search bar, I'm going to type in command CMD and then just hit enter. It's going to open up my command from that folder, and as you can see, it says a desktop YouTube AI folder. And now that we're in here, I'm just going to hit Control V and paste that git clone that we have from right over here on the repository spot. So we're going to go ahead and hit enter, and as long as we have git installed, you're going to see it do exactly what it does there, which is start to install, and just put everything it needs to inside this folder from the GitHub. So once it's done with that, it should only take a few minutes to do this, and you will see that it'll finish. So now that we're done with that, we have, as you can see, the folder is now copied right inside here, and if I double click in there, we can see it has all kinds of different folders and modules ready to go. So now I'm going to get started with installing the optimizer, and to do that I'm going to go over here to our new Gaussian Splatting folder that we just added in from GitHub. I could just go right in here into search and just type in CMD, and that's again going to open up the exact spot that I need the command prompt to be located at. From here I want to go over to where it says set dist utilities, underscore use underscore SDK equals 1. I'm going to go in here and I'm going to just control enter right there, control V, hit enter. All right, make sure it just starts over, and then once we do that, we're going to go down here to conda environment create, control C, back up here again, control V, enter, and this is going to create the virtual environment for this area for the Gaussian Splatting folder. So as you see it going now, it is creating that virtual environment using Miniconda, or if you downloaded Anaconda, or if you potentially have another virtual environment program, you can use that as well. But right now, because we installed Miniconda, or because that's what I installed, this is going to create a virtual environment for us to run the software inside of. Whoa, and here you can see it's starting to download a whole bunch of different assets that are necessary for this program to work. And yeah, there it is. It just takes a few minutes to do that. And remember, we're getting so close to being able to create these amazing, wonderful interactive scenes. Okay, now that we've installed the optimizer and the program is basically ready to go, we need to make sure our images are ready to be trained. And in order to do that, we have to first get an image folder. That way we can use Colmap to create the virtual placement of the cameras. Okay, so step one is you're going to have either video or pictures of a subject, right? That's standing still, not moving. And if they're pictures, perfect. If they're not, if it's a video, you're going to have to use either FFMpeg or Premiere, Sony Vegas, some kind of an editing program to basically pull out the photos. You can do that using online software for free, or again, using FFmpeg with some commands. Either way, once you have your pictures, you're going to want to put them into a folder called the input folder. And as you can see right here, I have the pictures labeled 0001, 0002, 0003, and so on. And if I open up the pictures and I were to look at them, that they go in sequence, and as I walk down the pictures, I can see it moves around the subject. So just as it moves around the subject, I can see that this is what it's going to recreate. And we don't want to keep any blurry photos. So as you're going through, if you see a very blurry photo, delete it. Just keep the good, clear, sharp photos, because that's going to make your final product look so much better. So once you have all the photos in sequence, in this case I have 1 through 91, you can have several hundred photos. Once you have them in sequence and they're ready to be trained, you can input them into the Colmap. All right, looking back over here, it says that to prepare these images for Colmap, we need to say, okay, Python convert this location, and to resize. If not resizing, we don't need ImageMagik. Okay, so again, I will go back to our main Gaussian Splatting folder that we just opened up here, and I will type in CMD again to open up our command. To activate our environment, I will say conda activate, and then I will type in Gaussian underscore. Yeah, as soon as I typed in underscore, it actually muted me. So luckily, here we are. We're going to tell you what we did. We take that input folder that we had earlier, right? After we activate our Gaussian Splatting environment, we're going to just input that folder right here with that command. So we got that Python convert py, and then we're going to take that folder, as we can see right there, the Colmap input folder, and we're going to copy and paste that right into the command section, right? Once we paste this section in right there, it's going to be super simple, right? All we have to do is just make sure it follows the structure that we can see right here. And if you want to know other methods at trying to get your pictures prepared, there's a lot of information on the internet as far as how to turn your videos into actual pictures themselves. As long as they follow the sequence that's listed right there, they're going to work just fine with this process. So, all right. Let's go ahead and get back to the old video. Yeah, let's do it. And for those of you who need to be fancy, there is the command line arguments for conversion, right? Yeah, those fun ones right there. Take a look at those if you need to actually do some resizing or change anything at all. Next, we have the optimizer, right? This is where we're going to actually optimize and train the images that we've just sequenced with Colmap. So again, you first took a video of the object, or you took pictures of the object. Then we used Colmap to actually virtually place those cameras in 3D space. Now we need to actually train those images to create this 3D point field with Gaussian splatting. So in order to do that, we need to activate the Gaussian splatting like we've done before. Here we are, we have an activated Gaussian splatting. Excellent, it's ready to go, just like we've done a few times before. Next, it says we need to hit Python train.py -s, and then it says path to Colmap or Nerf synthetic dataset, right? Okay, so let's go ahead and hit Control C or Control V, right? We've got that ready to go, and so now we need to find the dataset area. Okay, so in this case, I've done this before in the past, so there's a little bit more information than yours might have, but regardless, this has the distorted and the images area, so I can just take this spot right here. This was what was trained with your Colmap, right? Those extra folders. Now we can hit Control C to this. Once I go back over here, after we've had the Python train, I can hit Control V, put that location in there, and hit Enter. As you can see right now, it is beginning to train that information. So we're going to be able to see the numbers right here. You can see the iterations, 470 out of 30,000. And of course, we have different iterations where it's going to save. And if you look back over here in the command line, you are actually able to tell it to do more iterations if you wanted it to. I can scroll all the way down. Oh my gosh, so many different things we can do here. But yeah, as you can see right here, iterations, you can actually tell it to do different numbers other than 30,000. Also, you can tell it when to save. For example, it's going to save at 7,000 and 30,000. You can say, hey, save at 15,000, save at 20,000, and you can give it different checkpoints so you have different models to look at to see which qualities work best and which numbers of training are better for you. So go ahead and take a look at all of the different opportunities that you have for some different variables when you are training things. So once you get finished training, as you can see, it is continuing to train. Right now we're already at 3%. It's going pretty quick here. Yeah, the numbers are going to estimate. It says it's going to take me about an hour to finish the training for my 1080 Ti. Once we get finished with that, we're going to use the interactive viewers right here. It says we provide two opportunities. There are the SIBR viewers, right, the real-time viewer, and this one is going to take a little bit of work to get working on my graphics card. If you have a 3090, it's going to be pretty easy for you. And then, of course, we have the option to use NerfStudio as well. So let's go ahead and take a look at these. Okay, so once the training of your images is actually completed, you're going to be able to find the output inside your Gaussian splatting folder. In there is an output folder, right? And within those, there is going to be some random, as you can see, randomly named folders that are right here. Once you go inside there, you're going to be able to see one of these is going to be the current render or the current training that's happening. And when it's completely finished, it's going to look something like this right here. This is Tennis 2, completely finished with the point cloud and, of course, all the information you need right there. If I go into the point cloud, you can see, hey, it has the 7,000 iteration as well as the 30,000 iteration, and within each of these there is a point cloud. And for this one, it is 375 megabytes. And with this, we can actually open it up in the SIBR Viewers or the NerfStudio Viewers for us to actually move around and see in that virtual 3D environment. So let's go ahead and take this one right here and see if we can get it working with the SIBR Viewers. All right. So now that we have our Colmap data trained with our Gaussian splatting algorithm, we need to be able to view it, right? So in order to do that, we need to jump over here, and where it says interactive viewers, there is pre-built Windows binaries. We provide pre-built binaries for Windows here. So if you are a Windows user, you just simply click this, and by doing so, it will instantly start to download some viewers for you. Okay, now we have the viewers downloaded, and they look just like this. No big deal. I need to take these, and I'm going to just drag them and put them over into our Gaussian splatting folder. As you can see, there already is a spot here that does say SIBR Viewers, but it's not quite ready for what we need. So we're going to go ahead and put a new folder in here, and this one is going to be called Viewers. All right. Inside Viewers, I'm going to take these elements and drag and drop them. Okay, and that's going to copy on over, and here we go, here we go, here we go, here we go. Come on, come on, come on. Okay, so now we have the insides of Viewers put over here into our Gaussian splatting folder, And there they are. Great. Ready to rock. So in order to view our Gaussian splatting scenes, we need to go into our Gaussian splatting folder, go into our viewers folder that we just added everything to, double click the bin folder. Once we are in there, we can just type in the search, go ahead and hit command. This time we do not need to activate the Conda environment if we just need to get the viewers to work, right? So in order to do that, go ahead and copy just this part right here, the SIBR GaussianViewer.app or _app -m. We're going to paste that right there after the bin, right? So it's got this whole Gaussian splatting viewers bin, and then we're going to have the app, so it starts the app, and then we're going to tell it where is the model, where should it be looking for to actually do this. So this area right here, this output that we just got earlier from doing our training, right? We're just going to take this and hit Control C, and once I have Control C there, I can go right back over here, hit Control V, and if I hit Enter, it's going to attempt to begin the SIBR viewers. And if you have a good graphics card, it's going to work. But if you don't have a good graphics card like me, you're going to see what I just saw. It's going to start up, and then it's going to fail, and it's going to say, sorry, you need at least compute capability 7.0 plus. What? What's that mean? So if you look and see your graphics cards, compute capability, right? So you can go to this website and you can see exactly what your CUDA capability is. I have a GeForce graphics card, and I can see here, if I look, a 1080 Ti is a 6.1. So it says I need to have at least a 7.0 and above. So you need at least a Titan 5 and above. And if you have anything less than that, it's not going to work. Man, that's unfortunate. Yeah, this is exactly why I had to use NerfStudio at first, but don't worry, there is something that works for us instead. So again, when you see this capability of 7.0 plus, if that's something that you're running into, don't worry, we've got a quick solution. If not, you can skip past this part to the next chapter and we'll jump into NerfStudio. But if you do see this issue, let me show you the quick solution for it. Line 339, function Gaussian view. Okay, this is inside my source projects. Let's go ahead and take a look at if we can find it. Here we are in our Gaussian splatting folder. Go into SIBR Viewers, right? It says into source, into projects, Gaussian viewer. From there we have our renderer, Gaussian View.cpp. So if we double click that, it's going to then open up our Visual Studio and allow us to go to line 339, right? And so we scroll down. All right. All right, I'm just going to highlight this text right here where it says, sorry, you need at least compute capability 7.0 plus, and I'm going to delete that. As soon as I delete that text right there, this will actually give us some space. We will go ahead and hit File, Save All. All right, Save All. Once we do that, we can close out of there. Now, just for fun, let's see what happens if we were to try to run it right now. Go back over here, and then we're going to paste our location in. And let's see what happens this time. Ah, still didn't work. Sorry, still need at least capability 7.0 plus. Let's see what we can do. Okay, now we have a new folder because we went in here and we did the CMake build inside the actual folder of the SIBR viewers, right? So now we go into the extlibs, the extlibs, right? Inside here we got CudaRasterizer, again CudaRasterizer, and inside here there's CMakeLists.txt, right? And if I open up this right here, yeah, look at that. It says on here I have properties, CUDA architectures, 70, 75, wait, what about 60? You can add it just like that. Okay, 60, 70, 75, 86. Let's go ahead and do that. Hit save, close that out. Okay, now I want to try this one more time. Oh yeah, I have to rebuild it, don't I? Yeah, that's right. Okay, now that that's done, let's go ahead and try again. That's right, I muted my microphone again, so let's go ahead and just talk through this. We finally got everything configured the way we need to configure it, so we need to make sure we go into the SIBR Viewers, right, the SIBR Viewers folder. Once we're in that bin folder, we can go into the command and start our actual command prompt like we've shown before. Once we're in here, we're going to just copy and paste that exact part that is in our command that starts after the bin folder section. And then we need to paste in our path and make sure, don't make the mistake like I did, make sure you actually put in the path that you trained, right? The trained footage, right? Not your Colmap footage like I accidentally did, but your trained footage. And then once you do that, you can go into this section that I show right here, and you can see these other little extras, these things, for example, the rendering size, right? If I just load it right away, it's gonna have a smaller size. I want it to render in 1920 by 1080, right? So I'm gonna go ahead and make sure that I add this little section here that says rendering size 1920 by 1080, and as soon as I hit go, boom, there you can see I've got Gillian now put into the wonderful frame here. I can fly around the area, and again, this video was taken very quickly on a basic cell phone, right? I just ran around and took this shot, and it basically ran around her 2 times as quickly as I could. Didn't get a whole lot of coverage, but enough to where we can actually see not only how it works well when you do it in good, with good footage, but how it also kind of messes up when you don't have good footage, or if the footage is blurry, or if there's not enough coverage. So you can see again how certain angles look great and other angles don't look as great. Well, we've got a bunch of different examples to kind of show you, and yeah, as I said at the beginning, this video is going to be kind of long because I wanted to show you all these cool features and the things that you can do, things that you can't do in the NerfStudio, for example, such as allowing yourself to see through the Gaussian Splats, to be able to change their opacity or opacity, right? To be able to actually jump into new things like this other one right here that you can see, a nice close-up of Gillian when she was dressed up in her Halloween costume. This one is really cool because it shows you the lifelike qualities of Gaussian Splats and how they can actually give you a really not only nostalgic point of view, but something that's truly artistic and able to be used in a whole bunch of different mediums, and not just for videos, for 3D art, for video games, for movies, for all kinds of different things that I can't even think about. You can use these cool subjects with. So, all right, right here in a second, we're gonna go ahead and I guess keep on talking. We've got the BeetleJuice guys, right? Yeah, love the BeetleJuice guys. This one was super fun. I ran around in St. Pete, Florida, and got a whole bunch of just random things, whether it be statues or cool art pieces that I saw outside. And again, whether you're trying to capture things that are completely still, or whether you're trying to capture something like a person or like a selfie, it's all completely possible, right? You just have to make sure you get as much coverage as you possibly can. All right, let's go ahead and listen to me talk now. Hey, dude. Crazy. So I took this one by myself. This is actually a selfie that I took just by moving the camera around as I stood still. And yeah, I'd say it's pretty crazy with what it's able to do. Looks like I got snot in my nose. Pretty cool, pretty cool. Okay, let's go ahead and take a look at the next one. That's pretty cool. All right. No dogs on the beach or in the water. Okay. This one looks awesome. So as you can see, we're able to use the SIBR viewers in a matter of no time, and not only can we use the PLOIs or the files that we train on our computer, but we can also use the ones that we train on our phones from things like Luma AI or Polycam. We can simply export them and pop them into the software as well, which is really, really cool. So now we're going to go ahead and look at NerfStudio and some ways that we can use that software and even make some cool videos. We're not. Oh no, we're not going to look at NerfStudio. That's the end of this video, guys. This video has been going on way too long. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed it. If you have any questions specifically, please jump in the comments and ask away. I'll try to answer as much as I can. And of course, if you are looking at each other's comments, please try to help each other out, right? Wonderful community right here. And I can't wait to help you guys further the efforts, right? Excuse you, Casper. Excuse you, buddy. We're going to go ahead and make a lot more cool videos, cool content. I have a bunch of products and things that I want to get out here. So until next time, I'll see you soon. Thanks for stopping by. Bye.